Hello, 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 and welcome. It's 2023. I know it's the last day, really. Well, tomorrow, where we'll be saying Happy New Year. Recently, somebody said Happy New Year to me. Now I was like, are we still saying that? I guess we are. So we are back, and this year we are bigger and better, but with the same purpose. And that is for us to handle some real challenging, powerful, but inspirational and uplifting topics, sharing our stories and hearing the stories of the incredible women who come alongside us. Now we have our resident panelists still with us. Now Cody is in Zimbabwe. So I would want to apologize for Cody for not being on yet. She's hoping to be able to be on, but she has quite a hectic schedule over in Zimbabwe, which I won't steal her thunder when she'll come back and tell us all about what she's done. But if she gets a chance to join us today, she will join us. But we have, for those of you who don't know who Cody is, Cody Gapare is one of our resident panelists. She is the CEO and founder of CLASH. She has a fantastic collaboration with Ilia, and she's a global cancer survivor who has used her experience to create eyelashes for women who have survived cancer, but they've lost their lashes. Yes? So that's what Cody does, as well as she's a magistrate. She's a multi-award winning superhero. And so, guys, she'll join us when she can. But we have our other resident panelist, who is Desiree Peterkin Bell. And she's the lady of hats. I'm always about the brand. Yeah? And Desiree, she does her brand. And her brand is the hats. Today is what? Purpose, not position. That's also her mantras. Desiree, I will let you introduce yourself, you wonderful mover and shaker who will soon be here in the flesh in March. And I'm so excited about that. So please introduce yourself, Desiree.
Yes, I'm excited to be here as always. Bernie, thank you for having us and hosting us. Cody, see you soon. She's my sidekick in this panel.
Yes.
For so long. We've been going strong now for a year, which is insane.
Yes.
So I am an international best-selling author. I am a mother. I'm a wife also. I'm a CEO. And I love to make impact in the world. And so I'm the president and CEO of a public affairs firm, DP Bell and Associates. We represent and work with people who want to make a difference, brands that matter, and movements and not moments. And I'm excited to be here again with our new person on the panel to hear more about her story and her purpose and her why. Mine is purpose, not position.
Woohoo! Yeah, fantastic. So before we introduce Durdana, I keep forgetting that not everybody knows who I am. So
yes,
introduce myself. The arrogance of me to think everybody knows who I am. So I am Bernie Davis, and I am the CEO and founder of Bernie Davis Global. I too am a two-time best-selling author. I'm a TEDx speaker. So is Cody. She's a TEDx speaker as well. And I am so pleased that recently I had the honor of being appointed, the first Black female to be appointed to the advisory panel of the Public Services Ombudsman for Wales. I am all about empowerment, and my mantra is we go together or not at all. And more will be revealed about the many ways in which us women go together and how we grow together. So that's me in précis form. You can look me up on LinkedIn if you want the details. I had a privilege, an absolute privilege, sometime in December. Oh, no, it was November, actually. I went to an event in London. I spoke at the House of Lords, and the next day I spoke at Lancaster Gate. And I saw this beautiful woman that we see here on the screen. She entered the room with such grace. You know, when you see people and you know straight away, there's something about this lady. And it's not just because they might be accomplished, because we were in a room of accomplished people. So how do you stand out in a room of accomplished people? I think you stand out with personality. I think you stand out with a resonance that comes from within, from the heart. It's what shines from inside you. And that's what I saw when I saw Durdana Ansari, OBE. And she spoke that day. And believe me, she has won my respect and she has won my heart. She has a fantastic career in broadcasting with the BBC. Durdana has worked with multiple productions. She's overseen them so they over 20 odd years. She has done work that has also won her Queen's Honor as an OBE. She has now been given so many firsts, but this is another first, honorary for a woman, honorary captain of the Royal Navy. And when I met Durdana, and she's a singer, she sings beautifully, beautifully. Yes. And honestly, when I met her, I knew that she was going to be joining me on my journey. She's going to be one of those that we're going to be going with us as we carry on and do things. So I decided I'm going to have Durdana on for two reasons. She's a woman who's seen a lot of change in her lifetime. And this year I felt women mastering change was something that we wanted to focus on. Mastering change in general, but women mastering change. So I decided to launch the series this year on mastering change, and also to launch a retreat. Desiree, Cody, and I decided we're going to do a retreat in March at Lancaster Gate, and the following day at the House of Lords, where we're going to be teaching women how to master change, give examples of women who are mastering change, and also to help women to aspire. I could not think of a better person to be the first guest on my LinkedIn Live Empowerment series. And Durdana, I welcome you. Over to you, Durdana. Tell us about Durdana Ansari, OBE. Tell us about the changes that you've seen in your career and in your life.
Can I first of all say that how touched I am with your elaborate, my God, such an amazing introduction. I do get very blushed and I feel very, no, it's not me. They're not talking about me. You've got this lovely Desiree, the world-class author, and you've got Bernie Davis, the world-class, another author, and so many feathers you've got. Who am I? I just sometimes honestly feel that I haven't done enough. I've got so much to look forward to. Somebody was interviewing me last week, well, in fact, not last week, on Christmas Day. A team came from Bradford. And they lastly asked me, so are you now going to retire? And I just felt like as somebody has literally smashed my head. And I said, no, this is my new beginning. This is the beginning. And I haven't really done enough. There's so much to be done until I live. And with people like yourself, how can anybody say, look, I've done this and I've done that and whatever you've been. I sometimes have to look at the letter Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II wrote to me. I still go on the seventh or eighth line and I get stuck. No, she's not actually talking about me. It's just amazing to be with people who give you energy. And talking about change, Bernie and Desiree, it's a coincidence that you're talking about March. March is my birth day month, and every 10th year, something happens in that around that March, and God knows, I believe we are like a chessboard. You just have to be in the place, and destiny is like bringing you meeting you new people like yourself. I just go with the flow. I don't say, oh, I'm going to go there and I'm going to blast the audience and I'm going to do that. Something special is happening around you, not just me, around all of us. It's the matter of recognizing that moment. It's the matter of recognizing those people who call at you, who say, Durdana, and you just look around. And I don't think I should go and do something else. I just Okay, you get engaged. That is what the change does to you. You get
Yes.
engaged by every change. So how my change? I mean, my change was, good Lord, I was in Islamabad growing up there, and all I did was just drawing. I had no idea how to do housework. And girl guiding uniform, and every morning, I mean, every time I wore my girl guiding uniform, the scouts uniform, I used to feel I was on top of the world at the age of what, 10, 11. And I was the one who used to sing every morning at the school assembly. So every morning the world kind of woke up with my, in my thinking, or my teachers thinking, I was the one who was the sound of coil, they used to say. I'm not saying coil, well, coil is nightingale. I don't consider myself a nightingale, but you don't know which change you're stepping into. There's a change at every corner.
Yes.
All of us,
Yeah,
isn't it?
but we went through it with the pandemic.
Is
It
it? Oh,
was
good Lord.
a
Yes.
collective, uh,
Yes.
shock. With the whole world went into shock, and you cannot plan for it. I'm seeing comments here. Oh, Desiree saying hi to Eula. Eula saying so true about what you're saying. Kemi says she's gonna come on and like afterwards and watch it. Mercy, our patron for the event. She says hello as well. Mercy is who I have to make responsible for for meeting you actually, because Mercy is who I heard said to you, Durdana, you need to come to this event, and you came. But Desiree.
But it is actually, let me please allow me to say that it is Mercy, the reason that I'm sitting here today. So
Yeah,
thank you,
I
Mercy, for
know.
making me meet these lovely people.
Yes, exactly. And that's why I love networking and I love meetings. I love because well, you don't know what's going to happen. Yes, we're all on this journey together, and people jump on the train at different points. Desiree, I can see you nodding your head.
Yeah, I mean, I'm, you know me, I'm always interested in the connection and the power of connection. And I always believe, as I often say, that we are much bigger in this world than just ourselves. And so the more that we are, able to connect other people um, is good. But I also wanted to say, Durdana, I too feel the same way sometimes, but I am learning at the tender age of 45 that I am going to sit in all of my accomplishments because they did not come easy, and so, whether it is being named on this list or that list, or, having worked for President Obama, having worked for some of the greatest minds and amazing world leaders of our time, Pope Francis, and, some other interesting names in entertainment, whether it's a Jay-Z and Rock Nation or whoever it is. And whether it's making moves and making legislation possible here in this country, the United States of America, that changes people's lives. The one thing that I realize that I am going to start doing even more is sitting in, but not solely feeling comfortable in my accomplishments, mainly because those are things that were impactful. Those were things that changed other people's lives, that made and brought happiness to others. And I want to I don't want to forget that. And so, Durdana, I will say to you, as I remiss on letters that President Obama has written to me, you remiss on letters that the Queen has written to you, sit in that, own that. Don't let it make you feel like that's all you've done, but let it spark even more for you to do.
It's interesting you're saying that, Desiree. Thank you very much for saying that. um, I usually go and say, look, I've been very fortunate in life. I've been very lucky that I've met the right people at the right time. And one day, one guy said to me, a CEO of a very huge company, he said, no, you have actually worked hard to attain that. So do not ever say that I don't know how it came. I don't know how it happened. It happened because I think we work hard. And you're absolutely right, Desiree. I have to keep on reminding myself to say, thank you very much, God. Thank you very much, the people. Thank you very much for giving me this sense that, yes, okay, that desire, the challenges that I like to take, It's always going. I mean, there are moments when you feel down. There are moments when you say, okay, what should I do next? Is, as I said, I haven't done enough. To be honest with you, Desiree, I still feel I haven't done enough. Yes, lots of accomplishments, lots of honors. I'm grateful to those people who have recognized me. I mean, currently the Royal Navy, they've been absolutely wonderful. The people, the Chief of Defense, the way they gave me encouragement, the way that he thinks that I have got, he just says that, I don't know where do you get your energy from. And those are music to my ears. You know, that keeps me going when people say, wow, well done, really well done what you've done. So it is really, you are absolutely right, Bernie and
Yes,
Desiree.
yes. So
Excuse me.
one of the things that Durdana, you said is about change, and it's about realizing and accepting the change that you are a part of, that you actually help to happen. And you now are going to be one of our expert panelists at the Women Mastering Change. One day, it's over 2 days, but the full session day of just unpacking and
Thank
offloading.
you for giving me the honor,
But
Bernie.
tell me, tell me why you decided to do it, to give your time. Because listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is women giving their time. Yes. Why did you decide to give your time at a time, such a time as this, and then to choose us and the whole matter of mastering change? Why?
I think, Bernie, as you very rightly said earlier on, that the moment I entered, you know, you feel that those vibes, you feel the energy, the person who's speaking with you, is the person, the way the eye contact, you just know that person is actually listening to you. And you know when the nods are there, when the eyebrows are, raised, you just know it's the connection that we receive. And I think I'm very like to openly say it, that the day I saw you and the way you spoke with me, this necklace, for instance, the one I'm wearing today, ladies and gentlemen, is that was given to me in front of this lovely Bernie here, and I thought it'd be appropriate to wear it today. As I was speaking at one of their events, in this, was it November, and the
Yes.
lady got up and she took the as I came off the stage, the
Yes.
lady who I never knew, Margaret, lovely Margaret,
Yes.
and she took off, like, in those Raja Maharajas time, in
Yes.
the Mughal emperor time, and she took it off and she put it on, and I said, no, I cannot accept that. This is something, this is how much she was touched by my story. Okay,
Yes.
now I want to say it. And it was Bernie who said to me, Durdana, keep it the way it has been given to you. So you are absolutely right, Desiree, that we must recognize our accomplishment. We must recognize if somebody says, my God, you're looking beautiful. It's nice to take that compliment. It's nice to say, oh, what a brilliant job you have done.
Mhm.
We need to learn and pass it on to our next generation as well. And
Mhm.
even amongst ourselves, keep on saying how beautiful the day is. In my 46 years of living in Britain, not even a single day, not even a single moment, I said, what a horrible, what a grey weather it is.
Yes.
Not even one moment. Every time I entered in Bush House, which was the museum of broadcasting in the world, every single morning I will pray before I step on the first staircase.
Yes.
So, yes, this is why I think, and the way you were telling me, the way I've read about Desiree, the way I've read about Cordelia, it's just, why wouldn't you? I would be mad, I would be silly. So,
Mhm.
the idea is that if you see flower blossoming, just go and smell it, just go
Yes.
and touch them. If you see some people, they have energies, go and share that energy. Trust me, this is who I am today, is that I listen to people carefully. I make sure I don't let people down, and this is the reason I'm here. If my voice can go
Mhm.
out there, people, whoever is watching us, whoever is listening to us, Even one line can change or make a difference in their lives by my life's experience. That would be a delight. And that's the reason I'm here. I mean, my journey started coming to England was only at 16 years. I was engaged at 15 years old. I wasn't even told what my husband does. I wasn't even told how my life is going to be changed. I wasn't even told how do you behave when you go with your in-laws, how when you become a woman. I was just a 16-year-old child when coming off the plane, and I didn't even know how to tie the seatbelt in the aircraft. And all I saw, the clouds were changing. The changing was, for me, it was the clouds. They were different colors when I took off. There were different colors when they were going over Europe. They were different, very bright and green. Everything was changed the moment I stepped at Heathrow Airport. I didn't even know how to maneuver the luggage trolley, let alone something else. And there were girls who were calling me either big sister or auntie. How can a child become an auntie overnight?
Oh,
You
listen, that is some serious change. And I also, when I remember when I came from, the Caribbean to the UK, definitely different change in skies.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
I,
And the
I can relate to what you say about not, complaining about the weather, because, when you know what you've got to face, you just say, listen, embrace it. This is we're in the United Kingdom.
You
There are
just
so
do it.
many benefits. Why complain about the weather? And you
We are
have to
very lucky to be in this country. I tell you,
exactly.
we
So
are
don't you
extremely lucky to be where we are.
exactly. So you translate that attitude to anything that you're doing, whether it's a new career, you're launching something fantastic. Desiree, whether it's you over there, trying to lobby and get behind some very serious
Yeah,
campaign.
I was gonna say no shade, but I do love the sunshine. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah,
I do like the sun.
no pun intended, no shade.
We say it in Urdu language, Desiree, that baharo khiza kam nigahon ke vehem, bure ya bhale sab zamane tere. All these weathers are illusions of your eyes. All the weathers are in your heart. So
I'll remember that when I'm sitting on a beach.
whatever your heart tells you,
I love that.
I will remember that when I'm sitting on a beach.
I absolutely
you
love that.
better.
I absolutely love what's happening here. It's just three of us. I miss Cody today, honestly, because she would. But let me tell you, when we all get together on the 13th of March at Lancaster Gate, and we have Desiree, Cody, Durdana, we have the Zali twins. Oh
Big
my
blast. It's
God.
going to be a terrific blast there.
And Agita Zali. Oh my goodness. Those women are, scientists, Harvard, Cambridge, you name the schools. I mean, they have, and they're coming from Albania as refugees. Yes. Alistair Edgar MBE coming from the estates in Scotland. We're talking about women who didn't get it easy, but who are at the top of their Lady Anne Welsh, Stephanie and Nikki Taylor from Blow Up Your Life. I just saw her, they posted, they're our headline sponsors, and they posted the brand new red car that she just bought, Tesla. Yes, man, blow up your life, coming from, situations that were not ideal. So ladies, you listen, we are here to tell you, we are women, we are at the top of our game, but we didn't just do it overnight. These seemingly overnight successes came through a series of mastering different levels of change.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I will say my birthday was January 5th, my birthday month of January.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy
Thank
belated
you.
birthday, Desiree.
Thank you. Thank you. And on that day, what I realized was I have been working for over 30 years. Over 30 years. I've been
But
working.
you're 25 years old yourself. How could you work for
Right.
30?
Thank you so much. but I've been working over 30 years, right? And I've worked every year, every summer when I was younger, in the movement space, with jobs either in marketing or advertising as internships and something like that. And then even during college and grad school. And so, it does not come easy, right? But I think at the end of the day, what helps is what we're doing on platforms like this, which is explaining and sharing our stories to other women around the world, other people around the world who are interested and who are curious about how, right? Everyone is curious about the how. How did you get there? How did you get to do what you do? And so we highlight all the accolades, and that's what I said earlier, don't sit in it, but do acknowledge it, right? Because the road to get there was not easy. No. If it was, to be frank, everyone would do it. Yes. So, I think we have to give ourselves that grace and space to acknowledge that. Yes. But also the power, and pat yourself on the back.
And give him the glory as well.
Amen. I say that all the time. I am God bested, battle tested, but God bested. But I always say it's also incumbent upon us, right?
Sorry, Desiree. I've got to look who's here.
Cody!
Cody!
Yes!
Hello, Cody.
Cody! Oh, Cody!
Where are you, Cody? Tell us where you are.
There you are.
Yes. I am talking to you from sunny Zimbabwe, and the only place I can find is a dark room somewhere. So please, you have to bear with me. If you know what I've had to go through in order to just log in and say hi, I could not. I've got a perfect record so far, so I couldn't break it. So I came.
Oh, Cody, listen, I gave you your introduction. I told them what's up and who they're missing. And now they've seen, come on, Cody. Listen, we're talking about change here. We're talking about change, mastering change. You look at, we just talk about Desiree, that we do what we got to do to get there. There she is. Prime example. You do what you got to do to get here.
100%. You are literally living, breathing, living, breathing.
I know. I know you can just see my teeth and my eyes, but I'm here.
We're going to shout out to, while you gathering yourself, shout out to Nida, Eula, Mercy. There's Kenny, guys who are online there supporting us, the conversation. Chuck your comments on, because we're putting out the comments on the screen as they come. Yeah, any questions, chuck your questions on, and we put them on the screen as well. All right, awesome. Cody, come on, tell us, talk to us.
Right. So I've been in Zimbabwe, and talking about change, I needed massive change. I needed to come home, see my mom and dad. I'm at the farm. And this is one of those things where you realize, like, sometimes change hurts, because when I came here, it's probably one of the busiest times for every business, because we all kind of went a bit go slow during Christmas, and January is a busy month, and I chose January to come and visit for quite a few reasons, because I needed to make some changes in my life. And it's been painful, it's been amazing, it's been great, and one of those things that I have always told myself is never say never. And I struggled since about 2 hours ago to get online, because where I am, there's no internet connection. But life is about making things happen. The difference between those who make things happen and those who don't are people who refuse to give up because things are just tough. So, yeah.
Amen. Exactly. Here, Nida saying we're supporting you all the way. Awesome. Thanks, Nida. Listen, so Cody, we had Durdana sharing her story earlier on about all the fantastic things that she's done, and all the things she's received, the accolades from the Queen. And we were talking about just accept, because she's been second guessing herself, but now she's accepting where she is, what she's achieved. And Desiree was saying, yes, we need to just make space for ourselves and just sit in that space. Yes, we're going to be grateful, but we've got to sit in that space where we acknowledge what we've come through. Yes. So would you like to just add to that, please, Cody?
Yeah, first of all, Nadia, I'm so sorry because I've been offline. Like literally, I've not been able to make calls and stuff, and I haven't. I'm just waiting to get back into where I can find network and I can read more about you. And congratulations, all the things that you've achieved. And I hope we can just like get time to get to know each other. And it's like maybe meet for a coffee if you're local, or virtual coffee if you're not. But yeah, it's one thing about this series is it not only allows you to meet people like you and like all the women that I've met over the months that I've been doing this, but every single time I come here and I walk away with something that I've learned, something that has inspired me, and something that I'm going to take away and do. And I just want to say it's really nice to meet you, and I hope we can meet some more when literally I don't know what's happening in the outside world, and it's exactly the way I want it. But really nice to meet you.
Yes, yes, Durdana. Yeah, I know she's so sweet, Cody. All right, so we're coming into the last half an hour now. And so what I want, normally we roll, and then at the last minute I say any last words. But I kind of also go with, the flow. And I just feel this flow. We need to be, I want to give more space for words from you. I feel us women have some stuff to share. So can I start with Durdana? We have 5 minutes each at least where we share our heart at the moment. I know the theme is women is mastering change and women mastering change. I know we want to promote the event that's on in March, on the 13th of March, and the House of Lords event the next day. But today, at this moment, in this 5 minutes, I just want you to choose what you think your message is. You have an opportunity. What do you think your message is for everyone?
Thank you very much. Is that me? Do you want me to speak first?
Yes, start, Durdana, please.
Okay. Kobe, lovely to see you, Cody. Really lovely to see you. You're like a portrait. Really beautiful cat portrait on a canvas. So I think it's a matter of recognizing the opportunities which we don't sometimes understand. We tend to ignore them. There's a saying in Gujarati language is that if the Lakshmi comes at your door, the treasure comes to your door and knock at the door, don't think that I'm going to wash my face and come back and open the door, because by the time you come back, Lakshmi will be gone. So it's a matter of recognizing your opportunities, your time, your destiny, because I think we are wise people. And if we are not, then we need to try and understand more. So this is something which I have always done, is that I do not wait. There's no, well, future is lovely. Yes, we look forward to it. But for me, work is now, life is now, the moment is now. So we've got to recognize that moment that we are living in. This is something I've always done. Sometimes people say to me, slow down, calm down, don't have to rush. But that's the way I am. And understanding the change is always very good. I mean, yes, we get taken back by changes, any kind of changes. I mean, me, as I was telling you earlier, that I came to this country at the age of 16, and not just coming to the country, but coming as a child bride, and didn't know what was my surroundings, the people who were living here, even if they were from the same community, the mannerism were different, the culture was different, vast apart. So the way of understanding things is that enhancing it, closing your eyes. Yes, I was not aware of it when I was 15, 16, 17-year old, but now at least I can understand. And for us, since we have been through so much, like many other people, I think we can kind of feel it in a moment. We know a person when it walks in, what kind of, body language the person has, or how we should really go and approach the person, or approach the time, approach the future, which is the near future, which is coming to us. So it's a matter of recognizing our surroundings, the atmosphere around us, and see the best that you can do. And research is something so important, that don't just go and say, okay, I'm going to dive in. I love diving in. I love skydiving. for 3 years. It's just a matter of showing you that how I acquired something. Like for 3 years, I was watching people picking up from one end in an aircraft, going round in circle, and then how many paratroopers were going down one by one. And one day I went in and I died because I knew what was coming to me. Yes, it was something new. Going into different organizations.
Can I just that good
Huh,
because I
tell
want
me,
to say
am I
that
going off the track?
no, I want you to. You're going right in the trap, but just in case you don't include that, the BBC being so.
Oh, I
How did
was
that
I
attitude?
was told that you've only given me 5 minutes. So
Right.
I used to sing right from my childhood. When I came to England, I was told I'm not allowed to sing because good girls from good families, they mustn't sing. Okay, keep your voice down. For 10 years, I did that. And one day, we as a family went to somebody's house at a party, and someone said to me, "We know you have a good voice." And that was like literal light into my beautiful, something somebody has really said, "Oh my God, they have recognized me who I am." So I sang there. And this is when someone was sitting amongst the guests. They went in and they told the BBC editors to say, "Oh, we've heard this voice." Next thing is I'm getting a phone call. And I got my family, entire family went to Bush House, BBC. Very little I knew that I would stay in that BBC building for next 22 years of my life. I
Excellent.
stayed in. I could have simply walked out, but I stayed in because this is where my heart was in the art and culture, my voice, my skills, whatever I knew. The BBC was recognizing that. And I was getting fan mail from across the world in millions to say what a beautiful voice this person has. So, but then it doesn't mean that I stayed in one area. I carried on moving. For 9 years, I stayed in the Urdu service, speaking on the radio, speaking on the microphone, learning to edit. Then 10 years later, I went into the Meridian for films, for Bollywood stars, interviewing them. And then to Outlook, these are the programs. And then
Yeah.
next thing is that, which I was like, literally, because I didn't know that I was growing to be somebody
Yeah.
big or becoming a
Yeah.
celebrity. I had to work because I wanted to bring some money in to pay the
Yeah.
bills. I
So,
wanted to
so
make sure the kids were.
yeah. So sorry, Donna, and just so pretty much from what I can hear you saying, your talent, your gift made room for you.
I think
And
so,
we need,
maybe.
we need, no, listen, we need to just think about your gift makes room for you. That's in the Bible, right? And whatever you might believe is the truth. Whatever religion,
No,
when
it
you have
was Desiree told me you must talk about your talent. So I thought,
talent,
okay, I might as well do
no,
it.
no,
I don't want to boast.
you're spot on because your gift, when you said, because I knew there was some nugget in that story, and in that story is your gift. You didn't go to BBC expecting to be sitting down here how many years later, having had such an outstanding career for how many years in Bush House with an OBE to boot and everything else that has come with it. But it started with you singing something you didn't even value. So, guys, it's back to what I tell people about. If you have a little talent that you think is just a little thing because you do it easily and somebody else values it, and there's an opportunity to use it, even if that's not what you're got, for crying out loud, use it. Because you do not know who is going to be in that space, who you're going to impact, and where it can lead. Thank you. So, you know what? The good thing is, I'm wishing that we could talk more to Durdana, but that's why she's going to be on with us on the 13th of March. And she'll be also at House of Lords. So listen, we're going to hear so much more. So get your tickets, those of you who want to hear and be taught. Now you're going to be also taught by Desiree Peter Kinbell and by Cody Gapare and some other fantastic experts. Go on the website masterchangeyourway.com and see what it's all about. Desiree, your 5 minutes, please.
Sure. Yes. I've been doing a lot of work here in the U.S. and abroad as well. But this is kind of our focus right now for the next couple of months is going to be the United States for a whole host of reasons. And I'm talking to a lot of young people who want to understand the what. What is my purpose? What am I supposed to do? And so for those folks, and even some of the more grown folks who are also still asking that question, number one, there's no problem still asking that question. I wear this hat, purpose, not position. That is my personal mantra. But one of the reasons why I am so wedded to that mantra is because I truly believe no matter what someone's position is in life, where they're born, how they're born, what their environment is, that they have a purpose in this world. And they get to define their purpose to make an impact. And so I solely and wholeheartedly believe that. I do not believe that someone's background and circumstance and privilege in some ways for others gets to dictate who they are and who they are not and what they get to do. And so that's one of the reasons why I love to also have these conversations with women globally, because typically women from all over the world, no matter what part of the world they're from, are the ones questioning that. What am I supposed to do? And so I say to those folks, purpose, not position. You have a purpose in this world, despite whatever position you may find yourself in. And the how am I supposed to do it is the second step. And with that, you know, I've written a lot about this. One of the books is actually Women Who Influence. And that was a book that was, you know, really noted internationally. And the second book is for mothers who are really interested in understanding how to raise their children to be conscious about the world they live in. Because what people are realizing and seeing now is a lot more younger people are taking the lead, just like has been the case in many different movements. It's always been, most times, the younger generation. And so I co-authored a book called Lose the Cape, The Mom's Guide to Becoming Socially and Politically Engaged, and volume 4. And that book is also on Amazon. It's on my website at DesireePeterkinBell.com. So I'm really committed to making sure that people understand their how, what is my purpose, and really want to help people not just answer that question, because sometimes you can just leave them on a cliff because they don't know, they don't know the what, right? They don't know the what and connect it to the how. And so a lot of the conversations I have and the books that I've written and the pieces that I've also written helps to explain how to connect those two dots, the what and the how, and give some recommendations and give some understanding and context about those things. I wanted to just also share and close with this one quote, which is something that I believe in fully and wholeheartedly. It was written by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. From his letter from Birmingham jail. And he says, in a real sense of all life, it's interconnected. All men are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. I can never be what I ought to be until you are what you ought to be, and you can never be what you ought to be until I am what I ought to be. This is the interrelated structure of reality. And essentially what that means is that we are all connected.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are all connected. I can't do well unless you guys are doing well. Y'all not going to do well unless I'm doing well. And that has to be the mentality going forward.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you so much for that, Desiree. Cody, my love. Now, Cody is the oracle. She has she's the queen of sound bites. Cody, are you there? Or have you frozen? I think Cody's frozen on us.
Oh.
Yes, I think Cody's frozen on us. Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, as somebody said here, great quote from Dr. Martin Luther King. It is, I think Mercy said that. Yes. Yeah. We are all connected and we won't get there. Oh, Cody, you're back, my darling. Yes, we won't get there if the other person doesn't get there. We are only as strong as a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. Oh, we got you back, Cody. Let's grab you before we lose you again. Right. You are the queen of sound bites. Let's be having you.
You know what? This time I have none. I was listening to everybody, and I'm so sad I missed the first part of this, because for me it's my one time in the month where I get to be refilled. Um, but um, I needed to. I think what I needed when I came here, which I to find and reestablish my why. And I think the first people who I set at their feet, I set their feet off, were my parents. And I got to do that. And you then realize how important your why is, because if you don't understand your why, how do you influence someone else? And I think I've always said that can't is not a doing word, because if you say you can't, you can never go on and do anything. And that has been my why from before I found sea life, before, when I was struggling with school and everything else. I always knew, because my dad told me this a long time ago, and it never made sense until I was older. And I got to sit with my dad and him pointing out the things that he used to tell me when I was struggling. And it's the same story that we are all trying to achieve, that we all have doubts within ourselves. And when we talk about um, change and effecting change, especially for us women, we doubt ourselves so much. But if your why is strong, it's like if a mother needs to feed her children, if a mother has got a sick child that they need to stay up at night, and that's your why. And as women, we do that so much. And because of this thing that was coming out, because it was beginning of the year, I needed to find that. I needed to find my why. And my why has always been the fact that if I tell myself I can't, then I've already failed. Um, and I've learned that while I was here. And there has been times in the past few months where I have said I can't before I even tried, and I haven't done anything. So I think my word for today is can't is not a doing word.
Yeah, excellent.
Wonderful.
Excellent. Thank you. I just love it when this happens. So Desiree led with the quote that we can't get there without each other. Yes. Now remember we talked about we're going to be delivering a lot of value on the 31st, on the 13th of March. Now, Desiree mentioned about position, not purpose, not position, understanding your what, understanding your how, really getting into that. Now, Cody then followed up with your why. Yes? Now, everybody knows I'm about the who. So, isn't that a complete? We just proved that right there, because
That's
I'm all
awesome.
about, I was like, wow.
That's awesome.
Because you have to know who you are.
Yeah, you do.
There is the who.
Yeah.
There is the who in the whole thing that
Yeah.
completes that whole dynamic.
Absolutely.
Yes. Who it is that you are. Who it is that you actually resonate with.
Yep.
Who it is that's your target. Who it is that's your crowd. Who it is that's your tribe.
Yep.
And who it is that are your sisters or brothers, as the case may be. Yes?
Yes.
But important,
Absolutely.
quintessential thing that you need to know is who you are. Because unless you know who you are, embrace who you are, warts and all, understand the uniqueness that is within you, and how you harness that to create that winning brand. So you can understand your what, your how, the why. Then you're not going to get anywhere. Yes?
No,
You're going to
no,
repeat something.
absolutely
You
not.
won't be constant. You won't be consistent. You won't be authentic. You won't be genuine. People will not be able to depend on you. Right? So right here, whilst we're talking about the importance of having each one along the way, it happened right here in this, how we have a composite and the collective that we have. And I tell you, on that day when you have Durdana and Steph, who's will blow up your life, is her thing. I can't wait to hear the concept of how you're going to blow up your life. Yes? And Alison Edgar MBE, who says we need to smash it. Yes. Right?
Absolutely.
Oh, listen,
Absolutely.
all these people and the Zali twins were all about resilience and
Yeah.
excellence. When we have that kind of wealth and richness in the room, my goodness, I am blown away just even thinking about it. Absolutely blown away. And you know, when I mean, there are so many quotes and there are so many things there. Oh, who is your tribe? Carol says, love it. Yes, yeah, full circle, Eula. You're right. Yeah, we have having comments here, a lot of interaction. So I am now going to leave space. We have 10 minutes. And it's something we did in the beginning, but we haven't done it for a while, where we actually we ask each other a question. So, residents, do you have any question for Durdana? Because I introduced you to her.
I do.
Dana.
Go ahead.
I do, Dana.
Please. Hi, darling.
Yes.
I'm all ears.
Hi. I missed the first part, and we're gonna connect, and I'm gonna hear all about it. But for me, for a woman who's accomplished so much and who has done so much and who seems to just go into a room and own it, when it comes to being a woman on the forefront, what scares you the most?
Good question.
Your inner self. Sometimes it can be your inner self, as opposed to people are, loving you. They're talking about you. It's just that, but I think Desiree put me right on that. Is to make sure you are convinced first of all before you can convince someone else.
Yes.
That is, I think, it's your
Absolutely.
inner self, which is like you're always thinking, no, I don't think I can do that. No, I don't think I can manage that. I don't think I've got enough information. So it is, for me, it is mostly that. But then as time goes by, you start believing in yourself. You start saying, no, I can do it. I know times are hard, but I can still manage it. People used to tell me, this woman will never be successful because she always moves around with her family. At that time, I have my small kids. Trust me, wherever I've gone, I've taken my kids. I was working in the earthquake zone. I made sure that at some stage I'll take my kids there. Interviewing some Bollywood top stars, one child will come and help me, assist me. So I am always kind of scaring. And now, for instance, I am not scared of. Should I say this? That I'm not scared of anyone other than the Almighty.
Yes.
Because then when I'm feeling like, oh my God, my path seems very dark now, can you please come and help me, because I cannot think beyond that. And that is something which gives me that solace, which gives me that strength to think about it. No, I can do it. So yes, I think I would say my inner self is always scaring me or making me feel great. But I think I have learned to manage with it now.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thank
you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I just picked up a quote here. I missed it, a comment, and it's from Carol Edmondson, who had me on our show recently. In fact, it was when I was coming back from the House of Lords the last time. I actually did my talk on the train, didn't I, Carol? Yes, I was committed to do it. That's one of what I call my U-prints. I'm not going to let anyone down. But Carol said something that just summed up Desiree's quote and the whole essence of, I would say, of this segment. And she says, no one of us knows more than all of us. No
Absolutely.
one of us knows more than all of us.
I love that.
Says it.
That is amazing.
Yeah, thank you for that, Carol. That sums it up. Yeah, and we need to keep that mantra. Yes. So
I have a question for Durdana.
You have a question for me, Desiree?
I do. I was going to say I'm always interested in how people decompress, particularly how women decompress find their space and place to feed their spirituality, to refuel. So how do you do that?
Talking to people, talking to young generation, children, they give me, so much energy. And then my music is something that I just love to. When I do big things, I'm speaking at big platforms, speaking to the chief of the army or chief of the entire armed forces, or speaking to Her Majesty who's in front of me. When she tells me, Durdana, thank you so much for coming to this country and helping our communities here. It just fills you. And that is what I just keep listening to it again and again. Whenever I feel low or whenever I feel down, I just listen to those. No, I think this is something I think I've done well, because I was many times told that, no, you're not good enough. You won't be able to make it. You won't do this. I mean, I learned it when my first daughter was born with partially hearing loss. And somebody said to me, listen, you have to be strong to make sure that you can support her. I used to hide myself. I would lock myself in the bedroom when every time a speech therapist came to help her out. But then someone said to me, listen, you can't, detach yourself from reality. So this is the way to making sure that I sit there and I said, no, Durdana, you can do it. You have enough powers. You've got enough energy and you've got people who can support you. So go for it and do it. And I think that's when I feel, okay, that's how I can find solace for myself and say, no, I can. And then deep singing, as I said, makes me feel. I'm actually singing with the Royal Navy Band. First time in history that a military band is going to sing in I'm going to sing my language. So for one song, they have rehearsed for 3 months for one song. That gives me solace. Okay, I'm doing something different. I'm giving something back to the society, or bringing a smile on somebody's face.
Yes.
That makes me feel good.
Awesome. Right. We have 3 minutes left. We have 3 of us. Well, 4 of us.
I don't know, Desiree, was that enough for you, or was you looking for something else?
Oh, you're in mute.
Oh, sorry. I was saying I'm always interested in how people decompress, right?
Yeah.
And understanding that, especially women who are like us in high, profile places and demands. And so that was great.
Demands are heavy, high. We need more time to talk about that. Demands, don't talk about it. This is like, you're like hundreds of hands there, and you're always making sure that you are in the same box. You're not mixing the 2 boxes. You're focused. You've got the clarity, and you want to make sure that all the demands are all being filled. So we need more time, Desiree. We're going to talk about it.
Yes, definitely. We should do a whole segment on decompression. Yes,
absolutely.
Also, yeah, absolutely. You know what? This is exciting. I'm so thrilled. I have Eula Clark. She of Eula Clark and Associates, and she has she's going to be one of our panelists, expert panelists. She's a retired past assistant vice president of vice president. Come on, Bernster of Barclays Bank. Eula, just shouting out to you, my dear. Thank you for being one of our ride or dies. Okay, last words now. Quickly, Cody, me, Desiree, then Durdana, you finish. Last words, Cody.
My last word is still finding your why and really standing in your purpose, because in order for you to push yourself on your dark days, on your rainy days, your why is the most important thing. And as we were hearing, all of us, I think we have days where we have to go through. I've got a baby crying in the background. I'm so sorry.
We do life together.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're just
sorry. I'm gonna mic off. I think there's a baby crying in the background. Sorry.
Okay. Right. All right. But we could hear it. You could probably talk anyway. Desiree?
For me, it is just to build off of everything I've been talking about, which is the power of mutuality and understanding that we are greater together, even more powerful together than we are separate. And so I think some of the greatest conspiracies that exist out there in the world is that people can do it alone, and that we don't need each other. When the reality is that my success is dependent on yours and vice versa. It depends.
Awesome.
It's,
Well,
it's all of us.
thank you. It is now 6 o'clock on the dot, Durdana. We're gonna have to say our goodbyes.
Stay happy. Stay happy. Recognize yourself. Have faith in yourself, and appreciate others as well as yourself.
Yes. And for me, I'm just gonna steal Carol's line. No one of us knows more than all of us. That's just it. Thank you so much, guys. It's a wrap. See you soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Bye
Awesome.
from sunny Zimbabwe.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye, darling.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.